been a long time and I miss this feeling. It feels like freedom, it feels like healing. And if you're going through it, this too shall pass.
Welcome to the final episode of Rebirth After Burnout. And today, we're going cosmic. Not in the unicorns and rainbows and magic kind of way, but in the holy shit, my soul had a strategy kind of way. If burnout was the breakdown and rest was the recovery, then this is the revelation. So, for your revelation, let's talk about your blueprint. After I left my last toxic job, after the cult connections and everything went down,
said I'm the one who's wanted for all the fires you started. You knew the house was burning down. I had to get out. You led your saints and sinners in bed of life for dinner.
I wasn't looking for another job. I wasn't looking for another LinkedIn headline. I was not looking for a self-help book of finding your why. I needed something older, something truer, something that wasn't trying to sell me a 5-step morning routine on TikTok Shop. Let's just say it that way. So I turned to astrology. And I know you're rolling your eyes. That's fine. I used to roll my eyes too. But I turned to astrology, and what I found was earth-shattering. So hear me out. Ride with me on this one. Don't turn it off yet if you don't believe in astrology, because it's about to get wild. What I found out about astrology, it was a mirror. My birth chart didn't hand me a horoscope. It handed me my life's blueprint. It was out of control. Horoscopes have always been fun for me. You wake up, you know you're gonna have a bad day, you read it, and I'm like, oh, that's why I had a bad day. That's not what I'm talking about right now. Your birth chart will define every single traumatic event that happened in your life. I promise you. It worked for mine. The first time I saw my birth chart, I felt exposed, but also validated, kind of understood. Libra sun, Aries moon, Taurus rising. Suddenly, the contradictions all made sense. Why I could crave connection and still need my alone time. Why I could be grounded and still believe in astrology. Why I could lead with grace and burn it all down within the same sentence. It explained all of my cycles. It explained all of my breakdowns. It explained my initiations. It explained my firings. It explained my hirings. It explained every single moment of my life. It was part of a soul contract. Again, I'm sure you're rolling your eyes. Because again, I used to roll my eyes. You need to study your soul contract, and you need to study your birth chart. If you don't believe in it, that's fine. But just for fun, ask ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT spits out to you. If it resonates at all, explore it a little bit further. Astrology did not fix me, but astrology did help me to remember who the hell I was. And that's the most important piece. I stopped asking what was wrong with me. I stopped asking, why is this happening? Oh my goodness, oh boo-hoo, right? Everyone's a victim. Once you stop asking that question, when you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what should I have learned from this experience? Your entire world's gonna shift. Your dating habits will change. Your work habits will change. Because the trauma that you keep putting yourself in front of, and you're gonna be like, no, Cristin, I didn't put myself in the trauma. It's okay. I mean, we all did. We all did. We choose the same patterns. Why? Because the patterns are comfortable. The patterns are what we are used to. So when you start to go away from those patterns, that's what leads to the ego death. It's all necessary. And as soon as that ego death has come full circle, you're sitting by yourself, you're here. What's the best thing you could do? Reread your blueprint. Figure out, why did the last 6 months of my life just almost destroy me? And I promise you the answer is going to be in there. You just have to learn how to read it. Burnout That was Pluto touching my moon. Transformation disguised as chaos. The toxic job, Saturn return. That was the crash course in boundaries that I didn't know I needed. The healing, North Node in Aries. I was never meant to play small. And suddenly, once I understood my birth chart and started to read into all of these different words and titles and planetary placements, life wasn't just happening to me. Now it was happening for me. I had spent so many years treating life like a strategy. What looks good, what pays well, what's going to perform better. Astrology helped me to recalibrate and come back to self, to stop chasing alignment and just start aligning, to trust your intuition, to know that if something bad is happening to you, it's happening to you for a reason. Not that you caused it, but it's a chance for you to learn. It's a chance for you to take that problem and fix it or grow from it or have a lesson to tell other people. But it's not something to destroy you. Because when I started to live by my design, everything shifted. My jobs, my relationships, my home life, my creativity. It was no more forcing, it was just flowing. Everything was happening when it was supposed to be happening. I am always an anxious person, and for the first time in my entire life, my anxiety was actually manageable. Everything felt right. I was nervous because good things were happening to me, which that's already cause for concern. If you're nervous that you think that good things can't happen to you because good things never happen to you, this is for you. Good things are meant to happen for all of us. You just need to know how to accept it. And if you are stuck in the mindset that bad things happen to me, or I'm not meant to have peace, or I have to hustle hard, homie, then it's not going to be right for you. Life is never going to be fulfilling because you're not aligning to what your soul's purpose is, which is to enjoy life. And luckily, you can enjoy life in many different ways. You can manifest different ways. You can have different jobs. You can get married and have kids if that's fulfilling for you. I love a good vision boarding moment. Love it. 10 out of 10 vision boards. Yes, do it. So fun. But vision boarding, when your soul is out of alignment, is just manifesting for aesthetic ambiance. When I started to honor my chart's timing, when I stopped fighting against the things that were written for me in my blueprint, that's when everything started to click. Definitely not overnight, but undeniably things were happening. The perfect clients found me. The right teams were searching for me. I found the right city. I found my fiance. Everything starts to click when you're living in the synergistic energy that you're supposed to be living in. If you are constantly fighting against something because your mom said that you should like it, which was me, or you are fighting against something because your dad did it and you don't want to be like your dad, that's fine. You can make your own path, but there should always be a self-check, right? Maybe you're fighting against something that actually is for you. It's coming from the wrong mouthpiece, but you need to reevaluate it. My mom always said, you're gonna move out to the middle of nowhere and find a blue-collar guy who's just gonna bring you back to earth. And I did. So if you fight against your parents or you're fighting against something, just to stand up to the man, stick it to them, go back to your birth chart, study it, evaluate it, sit with it, and start tracing it back to specific moments in your life where maybe you felt like you should have zigged when you zagged, right? The blueprint was always mine. I just needed to stop outsourcing my strategy. This is your reminder, your final reminder. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be soft. You just need to remember who you were before the world happened to you. Go back to who you were when you were happiest, when you were most peaceful, and remember all of those little hobbies that made you so excited when you were younger. Now you're an adult with adult money. Why not relive all of those amazing experiences that you had as a child, but in adult terms? Take all of that fun, excitement that you used to have before the whole world turned gray and bring it back to life just in a different form.
You believed in me so hard and with so much conviction. You believed in me for the both of us. Because of you and you alone, I remembered who I was before the world dimmed my shine, and you brought me back to life.
So here's the full reminder. Your softness, it's sacred. Your rest, it's non-negotiable. Your ambition is divine. We all know you came here with a purpose, and it's not falling apart. It's just realigning. And honestly, maybe that's the whole game of life. The game of life is not to become someone else. The game of life is to come back to who you were always meant to be. So, thank you. Thank you for sitting with me for these last 5 episodes. I know this is hard. If you're listening to this, you're here for a reason. And this is not, again, a holier than thou. I don't have all the answers. I still have anxiety, and I'm still struggling with workaholism. But having that pure understanding that everything that happened to me for the last 3+ decades, there was always an outcome that led me right to this couch. That is what the rebirth is all about. So now it's your job to sit in the quiet, to journal, to reflect on everything that you've been through. And I just need to let you know, this isn't the end. You are just leveling up to your new frequency.
In 2022, I decided to move to Charleston after 5 years of a mysterious force telling me to leave New York City. When I called my mom to say I was burning down my life and starting over in South Carolina, I only cared about one thing, remembering who I was. And then, minutes later, I'm at the airport, 1 delayed flight, a surprise butt dial, and 3-hour FaceTime later. That wasn't coincidence. That was divine intervention, which you don't believe in, but I do. The universe said, she's ready. It's time for her to meet her husband. I obviously was not ready, but thank God you were. You never rushed me. You didn't try to fix me. You just showed up over and over again like an emotionally intelligent golden retriever. Our first Christmas, you asked me to slow dance in my kitchen, and I just chalked that up to potential red flag fuckboy behavior. But months later, you did it again. And this time we were on the rooftop of our parking garage. You had a country love song blasting out of your pickup truck. And it was like I was in my own Hallmark movie. You shattered the last of my walls, and without knowing it, you healed me. Okay. You believed in me so hard and with so much conviction. You believed in me for the both of us. Because of you and you alone, I remembered who I was before the world dimmed my shine, and you brought me back to life. If I'm being honest, I'm marrying a Disney prince, so that's pretty cool. And here's why. Animal lover, firefighter, constant peacekeeper, and everyone's best friend. You are perfection in one soul on this earth, and I get to keep you. You're selfless, intentional, grounded, and hilarious. You let me lead, but you're right behind me, holding snacks when I forget to eat lunch and I become a grumster. You love to joke that I'm your sugar mama, that I'm out of your league. But I'll make one thing clear right now, Matthew Ray Skaziak. You will not just be my husband. You are my soft landing, my long overdue exhale, and my grand prize for surviving. So no, I'll never be able to repay you for helping me to rebuild a life that I actually want to live, for letting me be so weird, for letting my ting-ting come out, and loving me anyway. I can't repay you for pulling me back from the brink of self-destruction just by being you. But I promise today and every day here out, I will spend the rest of my life trying. Bonnie and Clyde, ride or die, like we said from day one. You are my favorite.